What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Figure Bros. My name is Philip, bringing you guys another review. Today we are continuing along the full wave review of the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Spider-Man 2, and today is one of my most anticipated figures outside of the Black Cat, which was a complete failure, so I'm really hoping this one doesn't break my heart. But today we're going to be reviewing Miles Morales, the Brooklyn 2099 suit. This one is one of my, from the video game, was one of my favorite suits to play in. It just felt like a nice, mixture of Spider-Man meets Batman Beyond, right? Like, it just has that vibe to it. Really, or kind of like a Red Hood or something like that, kind of like Marvel meets a little bit of DC fusion. So I am definitely anticipating this one. I'm really hoping that this one comes out of the gates swinging. It looks good in the box, but let's go ahead and get it out. But before we do that, if you guys can just do me the big favor, please hit that like button. If you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to also hit that notification bell so you guys never miss when Jared or I drop a video. Now let's go ahead and get Miles Morales out of the box and take a look at articulation first. Alright, just like every other review, like we always do, let's go ahead and start off with articulation. Head, it can look down about that much, not too bad. It can look back about that much, pretty good there. We get a little, did we get a little bit side? No, we don't really get, but it can swivel. It's your standard ball peg, you guys know what it is. Shoulders can kick out really, really well, which is good. I was really afraid that these pieces were actually going to stop it, but happy to report, it does not. Bicep, double jointed elbows, which work really, really well. Like all of the figures too. May want to run them in some hot water, a little stiff coming out of the box. Ab crunch, which we've gotten pretty good ab crunch, but this one, because of his thick belt, everything right around here, they kind of hinders him a little bit, which again makes sense because this isn't armored like Spider-Man. So again, I'm not expecting the best ab crunch out of it. I do wish it did come down just a little bit to kind of put it into perspective on how these ab crunches have worked so far. Here's the symbiote one. Now you guys can see, like, that's a really good ab crunch. We don't get nearly enough ab crunches looking down like that with this one. You guys can see. Really good there, and that includes the backward motion as well. Like, look at that. Ab all the way up. So, again, it is armored Spider-Man, so, again, take that into consideration. Just know that. Just want to kind of show off how good the ab crunch is on some of them versus the others. Legs. And if you want to watch all the other reviews, there'll be links down below in the description box. Kick out about that much, kick back about that much. Again, the standard thigh cut, double joint. I'm just going to go through this really quickly, guys. Double jointed knees, boom, 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 ankle rocker. Bam. Can kick up about that much and can go down about that much. Not bad at all. So articulation, once again, pretty standard. Okay, so that was the articulation. Let's talk about the aesthetics, because this one I am most pleased with. This one is absolutely gorgeous. He is a shiny looking figure with all that armor piece. I'm gonna go ahead and dim the lights just a little bit so I can kind of really narrow in, like you guys can see the shine on him right there. Beautiful. I love this like smoky brown midnight gray we got going on over here to really highlight all his armor points. I mean, it's here, it's all around here, it's everywhere. And it looks really good on him. It really highlights the armor pieces on Miles Morales on this Brooklyn 2099 suit, which is also directly taken from his uncle. His uncle pretty much had this high armored, high tech suit, so it looks really, really good. I love the details right here that we get. You got to see the extra slits in the eyes up there, so I'll go ahead and move my hand out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and like try to zoom this camera in so we can get a little bit better of a glimpse of what we're dealing with here. There we go. Head sculpt, really, really nice. I like it. I wish the red on the head was a little bit brighter to kind of show off that visory effect. I do want to go ahead and highlight one thing on how it looked on the back of the box versus what you actually get as far as the figure goes. So you see, like, see how nice that bright red is and everything? Go ahead and raise it up just a little bit. So this is the box artwork that you get. I see how nice that bright red is on the helmet, on the suit itself. Unfortunately, that does not come across on the figure itself. And I wish it did, because that really would have been a nice highlight point for Hasbro. Would have definitely got him some extra brownie points here. It's just pretty much a dull red. At the very least, I think that bright red should have been on the helmet itself. But other than that, it's still a very pleasing looking figure. We don't really get a whole lot of quality control issues here out of this one. And that's because, again, that black and red kind of hides a lot of the flaws and details. The paint could be a little bit better. It's a little bit splotchy right here, and I'm already seeing the black come through here. That is the only spot. It seems like at least on every figure, there's at least one area where the paint quality is just meh. So that's it for their aesthetics. Definitely a B+ there, you know, almost an A. It would have been an A had it been that brighter red around the armor, and at the very least on the helmet itself to kind of give that visory effect. But other than that, it's still a very good figure. It also is a well-balanced figure. You can just let him go, and he will balance. So very good there. Things that I do like to see from Marvel Legends. Now, let's talk about the accessories, because we get a couple of unique ones, and at first I wasn't too happy, but then I noticed something. So with these hands right here, the knuckles are slightly curved, which is really good because you get 2 of these like really unique web effects. And I was hoping that you could like peg them in somewhere, or there maybe there's like a little, like maybe we just got in one hand that looked like this right there. But then I realized with these curved knuckles, and there's like little tiny holes throughout the whole thing on the web. So essentially you can kind of get it to go like this. And I gotta be honest, just like that, that's actually pretty good. That actually looks really, really cool. Like here, let's go ahead and just pop a hand in, and let's just see what we're dealing with here, right? There we go. That looks pretty damn cool. I'm okay with this. You know? That looks really cool. I like this. I'm digging this. I was hoping it would have came with an extra pair of hands that were already integrated like this, but those curved knuckles on those and all the little slits in the web, it looks pretty cool. And we get a pair of those hands, and we also get a pair. We get one short one, and we get one really, really big one right here too. So you can really, and these are pretty much supposed to act like web armor pieces. I wish the other accessory that we also come with too, we get a pair of these hands, you know, your standard web shooting hands. Again, no webs though. I wish every Spider-Man came with a web shoot at the very least. I think that's like a must for any Spider-Man. So to not get it here, kind of a little disappointing. Or at the very least, especially when you're dealing with Miles Morales, we need an electric shock with every Miles Morales to kind of show that Venom shock that he has. That's his like ultimate ability. That's what makes Miles Morales stand out from the rest of the Spider-Mans. So I would have liked to see that, but still, you know, I'm digging this. Pretty good. Final score for this one, I'm going to give this one an 8.5 out of 10. I think this one might be my favorite one. So the Symbiote Spider-Man, the Brooklyn 29, I had high hopes for this one. It definitely met my expectations. Again, for 25 bucks, and this is what you're getting, would I like to see some web shots or just extra webs to sling on? Of course. Would I like to get an alternative head? Of course. These are all stuff that I will do in a full rant and review on the full wave. Just a little bit of the inconsistencies or things that I think must be added, because again, we're getting some new standards out there, and Storm Collectibles, for example, is really raising the bar, raising the standard for these budget figures. But I am happy with this one. 8.5 out of 10. Definitely going in my collection. Definitely keeping this one. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. That's going to do it for me. And we got what? We got 2 more left. So here we go. The next one will be the Barracuda suit Spider-Man for Miles Morales as well. So you guys can see we got a bunch of these suits. Really pleased with it. Really happy with it. All good stuff. Brooklyn 2099. Probably going to be my favorite so far. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. That's going to do it for me. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys next time.